Get to it. Get to it. Kingpin. Yeah, that's what she looks like, the landlady from Kingpin. She's having a smoke. What was that line in the film? What is that about great sex that makes me have to take a really big dump? Unbelievable line. And Woody Harrelson starts barfing.
I haven't seen that movie in years. I do like that movie. I don't remember that scene though.
His character, Woody Harrelson's character is Munson. But what the hell is his first name? Was it Floyd Munson?
I have to look that up.
God, was that a funny ass movie? I
have to watch that movie again. I've been meaning to watch it because it's so funny. It's like the one Bill Murray movie I like.
It is. His character is just great. He plays that really loud, obnoxious bowler, kind of like Roy Munson. Kind of like he plays a part of like the old school pro bowler Pete Weber, who's constantly screaming at the pins and yelling at people. That movie is one of my favorite comedies. Fantastic. The only thing that's a little stupid about it is Quaid's in it.
Why is that stupid?
Well, it isn't so much that his lines were bad or that his acting was bad. He just bugs me.
Really?
Is it Randy Quaid or Dennis Quaid?
Randy.
Randy, yeah, he's
the crazy one.
He is insane. The guy's lost his mind over
He's like
there.
one of the main characters.
Yeah, I know, but
Ishmael.
I guess it isn't terrible, but it's Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray that sell that movie for me.
You think so? Bill Murray is he's not that big of a part in that movie. I mean, he's a big part, but he's enough. He's
enough that it just makes me laugh.
I just don't like Bill Murray that much, I think, so that's why I view him as like an auxiliary character. He's like Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore.
Right.
He's there, but
yeah,
it's Adam Sandler.
You don't even like the Randy Quaid scene where he's trying to take a dump in the urinal?
I don't remember it. I don't remember.
You know how they work?
Because he's an Amish dude.
What a dumb premise. Who comes up with that? There's this Amish guy.
Yeah, whoever wrote that film is pretty amazing, I must admit.
By the Farrelly brothers?
Fairly.
Whatever.
I think they're the ones that did Dumb and Dumber, and
okay,
they've done a bunch of
dumb movies.
off-the-wall comedies, yeah.
Shallow Hal, Stuck on You, Something About Mary. The list goes on. Classics.
Hey guys, I want you to know that you're the presence of a champion. Big night for me yesterday, guys. I've had unprecedented success in endurance sports running, so let me find you. Everybody knows that. Everybody's very impressed with that. But last night was the pinnacle. Despite my fat Armenian gut actually now hanging over my pants like a muppet top, I was able to cut it out with that extra baggage and just rip through the 5K course of the Stars and Stripes Dash, taking, guys, first place. My first place finish at a 5K. Now, you remember the one last year I did that only 2 competitors were in?
And I let the other person win, right?
I finished second in that one. This one.
Took it.
I wasn't going to let anything get in my way, and I was going to take no prisoners. And I did that. I mean, sometimes when the competition is down, you just got to step on that neck.
What kind of like all-star athletes were at this event?
Well, there was about 19 others.
Well, I mean, first time 19 isn't terrible.
Right? I think there was maybe
What was the event?
the Stars and Stripes Dash.
19 isn't terrible.
It's not terrible. First out of 19.
Well, typically those
It's usually like 200, but 1 out of 19 isn't bad.
probably about 6 people that were 12 and under of those 19.
Okay, so you said 6?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is that? 13 people. First out of 13 then.
And then there was one. Well, no, there was probably about. Well, there was one guy who was, not as old as I was, but not young either. He was probably in his 30s.
That's good. That's good competition.
One, and then the rest were. There was a lot of elderly people there.
Huh.
I mean, like.
And that's you calling them elderly.
I mean, like they walked.
So you fit in. Okay, so you finished 1 out of 2.
And then park, guys. And the gun went off.
And you were off.
And, you know, in about the first 300 to 400, I was able to take her out. And she tried to hang, guys, but she couldn't hang.
She didn't by chance only have one leg, did she?
Or maybe she slowed down to get a good look at that nice butt you have.
Yeah, right. We talked about that before. I mean, my butt is for 47 years old, is pristine. I have a great butt.
Did she have to stop to take a hit from her asthma inhaler?
She finished second.
She had to take her insulin.
I'll have to admit, though, after at the mile mark, I looked at my shoulder and I was like, okay, no, I cannot not finish first.
Did you know you beat a bunch of old people, you know, kids, and
you got
a diabetic asthmatic?
It was still a lot of work. Shut up. I looked over my shoulder and she was kind of like still, she was definitely within shouting distance. If I faded, she was going to catch me. So I go, all right, man, I'm at mile marker 1. Turn on the jets for the next half. Put some real distance on her, and then I'm just going to coast. So I did. Couldn't see her. I dropped her like a bad habit. Just sailed on in. Hurt like hell. Beat her by plenty. So I'm going to take that win. My name will be immortalized as soon as they get around to posting the 19 other, the 20 competitors and the order they finished. There were so few people there.